In this episode of Frank Financials, we're going to talk about why we budget. So why do we budget?
Because it works for us.
That's a good reason.
Yeah. So one of the reasons is that we still have a lot of big purchases that we
Lots of stuff
need
for the
or
Airstream
want.
and things of that sort before we go full time.
Yeah, and once we go full time, there's going to be a bit of an adjustment period where we're buying things that are either necessary or would make life a lot easier. In addition, we're still ramping up our camera equipment and stuff like that
too.
for
Yep.
this and our other YouTube stations. So
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly not going to go without things we need simply because we have the budget. But for a lot of the things that we can probably do without, we want to make sure that we acquire those things gradually in a way that makes sense for
So we
our
don't-
budget, especially right after we first start out. We really don't know exactly how much money we are going to spend. We have a pretty good guess.
But it's a guess.
And educated guess, but really that's it. It's
Yeah.
just a guess.
And that's what I would say. I know some people are really strongly for or against budgeting. Budgeting works for us, especially when you're going through new chapters of your life. So for us, when we decided we were going to retire early and start on this adventure, we started tracking our spending, obviously, because we hadn't been doing that. And
That was important. That was the last video.
yeah,
that we
that's the
talked
number
about.
one first. That's the first step. If you don't know where your money's going, how can you make change
Can't improve.
or do anything? Yeah. So once we started tracking our spending, then we started thinking, okay, this is how much money we want to save, like 75% of our combined income, a
Yep.
lot. So
Quite a bit.
what are our budgetary goals so that we spend only 25% of our income?
Yeah.
And our budget, we're not rigid budgeters, so our budget is flexible.
It's very, yeah.
We don't like sit down every week.
We don't
or every
necessarily
month
cheat the
and-
budget,
No, we don't
but-
cheat the budget. The budget's there for a reason.
Yeah.
It has to be a very big deal to break the budget in a given month. But after much discussion, if we decide the budget is not working for us, we can adjust.
Yes.
We just did that,
And
actually.
we have, yeah. For example, we weren't really devoting a lot of money to our videography equipment, for example, previous to this month. So we just changed it this month,
Yeah.
so we can start
We
to
moved-
devote a little bit more resources
Yeah.
to acquiring the things we need. For example, we just bought a light to do some indoor videos in the future. So those
But
kinds of
that
things
money
come out of
didn't-
that budget.
Yeah, but that money didn't come from nowhere. We didn't just say, we want video equipment. We're adding $100 every month to the budget.
We took it away
We took
from-
it away from other categories.
Yeah.
So we sacrificed a little bit here or there.
We're still spending
to
the same.
keep our goals. And the same is going to be true when we start traveling full time. I have a guess at what our budget will be, but we have a very strict amount of money that we need to keep to every year in order for our savings and investments to
continue to
fund
grow.
and,
Yeah.
and to fund our lifestyle for the long term. So
The goal is to not spend more than we are currently estimating.
Yes.
However, within that goal, spending different amounts of money
Will
at different
probably happen.
places, that's a-okay,
Yeah.
because that's what happens
and
to
we'll
work
change
for us.
the budget for that. So
Yeah.
we'll change our budget categories to reflect that. The budget is a goal, a strict goal in the short term,
It is a goal.
but it's a goal so that we don't hit the road full time and get really into it and have a really good time the first 6 months and go,
Oh crap!
shoot, we don't have...
Guess who's going back to work?
No. Guess who's eating rice and beans, no chocolate, no alcohol for the next 6 months? Yeah. So we don't want to have to sacrifice at the end because we blew it in the beginning. And
Yeah.
that's what the budget is for us. And eventually we may not need it. We may be
Yeah.
really content and happy with the way we spend and understand how we spend and not...
There are many people out there who are totally kicking ass financially, and they don't budget at all. And that's wonderful.
Yeah. And
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I have a feeling once we're through these big life-changing times that may end up being us.
Life-changing times.
Because we'll get used to the way we spend and we won't be tempted or
We'll
need
get to know our
anything.
tendencies and our
Yeah.
habits and our needs, really.
Exactly. And
which
get
we
into a
don't.
routine, and which we currently don't have. So
Yeah. And we're both working full time. We're both pulling down 2 decent salaries. So this is definitely
Transition
just
period.
It's kind of a gray area right now, but we're still doing pretty good.
yeah. So that's why we budget.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
That's all I had to say.
Do you guys budget? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Has it worked in the past for you? Has it not worked?
Do you cheat your budget? I mean, I used to cheat my my budget years ago.
Which means it's not really a budget.
Which means I didn't really have a budget. Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, I wrote about this on the blog.
Yeah. I'm kind of the disciplinarian now.
Yeah, in any relationship, you need somebody to keep you on track. That is definitely my rocket scientist wife, who has a way with numbers, and she just loves spreadsheets.
Yes, I do.
All numbers in their little categories, all organized in rows and columns. It's,
And I like-
it's a beautiful thing that I
and
don't
I
have
like,
to do
since
that.
we track our spending, and I think that's critical just in general, even if you don't have a budget, to know where your money's going.
It is nice.
I like seeing how what we spend, how that trends, and so that we can anticipate in the future.
That's true.
So,
So thank you for watching this video. If you have something interesting to say, or even if you don't, comment section is
everything
below.
will be interesting.
Everything will be interesting. Yeah. Do you budget? Do you not budget? Do you cheat your budget? Do you like your budget? Do you hate your budget? Do you budget just based out of necessity or because you actually like it? All that good stuff. Comment below. Love to hear it. Subscribe if you aren't already and like what we're putting down.
And if you have any other topics for Frank Financials in the future, let us
We're
know.
always open to those. We're percolating on a healthcare topic right now. That's
It's gonna have
that's
to
a
be
big
a while.
topic.
It's a
Yeah.
big topic. We're gonna still have healthcare through my company through March of next
Through
year.
March, yeah.
So don't anticipate anything too much earlier than that. But we will definitely be doing a whole big series on healthcare once that happens.
That's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.